Scott and Jeff Heimbuck.
Hello and welcome back to the Live Fast Die Poor podcast.
We're back.
Listen, Merry Christmas.
Happy
Hanukkah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Enjoy your Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, we're happy that you're taking the time to celebrate with us.
I
I'm
agree.
here with my co-hosts and my best buddies, Jeff Heimbuck.
Hello.
And Justin Scard.
Love.
Why does he always
Indeed.
do that?
I don't.
You get so close to the microphone and you say something.
I don't know.
Let me ask you guys a
Well,
serious...
let me ask you a question
Okay.
first. What is
Alright.
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa is the festival of light. No, that's Hanukkah.
Yep. I don't know. I will have to Google it.
I honestly have lived on this planet a number of years.
You guys
and
keep
I
talking.
don't know what Kwanzaa
I'm going to
is.
Google it right now.
Justin, let me
Carry
ask you a
on.
serious question
Okay.
about economics.
Okay.
How was your Christmas?
Well,
I almost Googled economics.
I don't want to brag.
Yeah,
I had a rough year.
of course. We all know.
So I was expecting to have kind of a bummer Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And my Christmas was the best Christmas
Pageant ever.
I've ever had.
Yeah?
I'm not even kidding.
What did you get?
I
Let's
got
go through some of the
everything-
gifts.
Stop talking. I found out what Kwanzaa means.
What is
What's
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa?
Take a ride on my
Kwanzaa
Segway.
Is the celebration that honors African heritage and African American culture and is observed from December 26th to January 1st, culminating in a feast and gift giving. That's a long time.
You stumbled over that.
I did. I can't
That
read
was a
on the
poor
internet. I am
Wikipedia
very
reading.
sorry.
But I will say
Yeah.
that I am intrigued, nay, enamored now with the idea of participating in Kwanzaa. I am not sure that I'm allowed. But I'd
We
like to.
qualify this now as an educational podcast. We've
That's
earned
right.
that.
We
Can
just
I
did
put
that.
that on the topics
just
on the
learned.
iTunes?
We just
Educational.
learned something
Yeah.
right here.
So anyway, what did you get for Christmas this year, Jay Scard?
What I JJ Scardbrum?
Yes, JJ Scard.
What I got this
Lens
year for
flare is
Christmas
what he
was
got.
all of my expectations and wildest fantasies
Uh-huh.
achieved.
Right.
And they were...
did you get a T-shirt?
Well, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
I did get a cool Star Wars T-shirt, but what I do want to tell you about, this is not my wildest fantasy or anything, but one cool thing I got, and we've discussed this a lot, is I got louvers
No, you
for
finally
the
got
Mustang.
louvers?
Yeah, not for the back window, for the
Dude.
side windows. I got louvers.
Midlife crisis complete.
Midlife crisis car. I have a black Mustang currently in the
as
shop.
you would,
It's
yeah.
cool. And
It's been in the shop for like 3 weeks, dude.
It's been over 3 weeks,
It's been a
man.
long time, man.
Yeah.
It's been like
been
a
a long
month and a
time.
half now.
You've had that rental car. I'm used to it now.
But
I feel like you drive that rental car all the time.
Tyler, I convinced you that louvers were cool, right? Is
Yeah,
that-
no,
that's what
I'm
it is?
on board with
At
you about
least
louvers.
At least the side window louvers on
Yeah.
the Mustangs
I think
were
if you
cool.
go side windows, you gotta go back windshield too.
Well, eventually we'll get there.
Yeah, and
but
front windshield.
But then my ex-wife,
Yeah.
was very anti the louvers. But see,
Yeah.
now the thing is now that's obviously it's self-explanatory. It's the ex-wife. So my brother,
Yeah.
bought me
Uh-huh.
the louvers
Right.
for Christmas.
Can we time out for a second?
Yeah.
For everyone at home who's thinking that you're saying Louvre, and that's the
Louvre.
museum in Paris,
No,
which is
Louvre.
not. What do you mean?
They are
Oh,
these
good question.
weird things that you have to look it up. Louvers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just search Mustang louvers.
It's like if Fonzie had a car.
and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Hey,
It's like
it's
in the
cool.
1970s when there was those black slats over the windows of muscle cars. That's
Not black
what we're talking
slacks.
about.
Black slats.
Not
Fair
slacks.
enough.
That's
Fair
right.
enough.
Not
Yeah.
business casual, but on the and these are for the side windows of a 2006 Mustang. So
Well,
if you want to specifically
everybody knows
look at
what you
this is
drive
going to look
now.
like. There are
Yeah.
different kinds of louvers. Some are like scoops. Some are whatever. Hey, listen, this is getting really boring. But what I'm saying is, I was stoked.
The crowd might think he's saying boo, but they're actually saying Louvre.
Well, I found that amusing.
Football fandom.
I will recuse myself from the rest.
Heimbuck.
Yes, Tyler.
What did you receive for Christmas this
I had
year?
a very
Besides the gift of love.
Besides the love of you two coming over, I got a very Back to the Future Christmas.
No way.
Yes way.
Do you have to?
I have
talk
a story
in
about that
Wait, hold
later.
on. Does he
Back
have
to the Future?
Yeah,
Does
for
he
Christmas.
Does Heimbach have to tell us what he got for Christmas in that voice?
I may have to.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
let
let
me
me
tell
tell
you
you
what
what
I
I got for
my
Christmas.
podcasting
is that
In my
your-
normal speaking voice.
is
This
that
is
your-
what I got for
This
Christmas.
is what I sound
Hey,
like on
this
the
is how I
podcast.
talk. Is that
This
your
is the
Communicore-
Jewel, Jeff Heimbuck, coming to you.
Is that your Communicore Weekly voice?
Kind of, yeah.
That's true. I've heard
Hey,
it.
You have heard
cadets,
it.
let me tell you about what I got for
You
Christmas.
used the word cadets, it totally counts.
This is Jamaican Jeff Heimbuck.
If
Wait
you
a
guys don't know.
second. That got weird.
No, I don't know. I don't know what your
Let him-
thing
let him
is.
tell his story.
Okay, what did you get for Christmas?
Oh, I got Back to the Future of DeLorean, which is behind Tyler right now.
What is it?
It's a Pop Funko DeLorean
Are
with
those
Marty
vinyl
McFly in it.
nations? Is that what that means?
They're not really vinyl. They're more like vinyl characters.
Can you listen
I
to? Can you
guess.
listen to them on a turntable?
You could, but it won't sound like anything you want to hear ever.
So that's not vinyl.
No, it's not. I
Okay.
guess not. I got a Back to the Future watch. It's a DeLorean. The flux capacitor. It's pretty
Oh,
great.
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Didn't you? I think I saw on Instagram.
Perhaps you
that
did
you
today.
got you got the USB thing too.
I did. I'm gonna put that in my car. I'm gonna charge
Justin
everything.
has one too. I'm the only one that doesn't have one.
Does he have a USB one?
He has the USB one.
I thought his friend made
It
him like a
almost gives me
life-size one.
epileptic fits though when those go because they flash.
They do flash
Yeah.
a lot, and
They're
I'm
cool.
not totally sure.
Listen, they're cool. It's worth the seizure.
Justin, I want your friend to make me one of those flux capacitors that you carry around with you everywhere.
Jordan. If you're out
Jordan.
there.
Is it Jordan?
My friend Jordan made me a flux capacitor.
I have not met Jordan. Jordan, make me one.
The
please.
only thing
He's
that's
not gonna
not
listen to
screen
this.
accurate about the flux capacitor he made is that the actual electrical box that it's contained in
Yeah.
is not screen accurate 100%. But the reason is because this is so nerdy. Because so many people have built flux capacitor replicas that all of the original parts are completely gone forever. Sold
Really?
out. Turned
They
into
sold
flux
them all out?
capacitors, just gone.
Do you know what
And,
company made them?
There's companies that make, you can order special order and they're ridiculously expensive because so many
You could
nerds
probably make something that looks
like
really
me
close to it.
want a flux capacitor
Yeah.
in their bedroom to use as a nightlight like I do. To,
Obviously.
pretend that
I
they're,
feel like
you
that
know,
would give me a
part of an
seizure
adventure.
while I was trying to sleep.
No, you know what? The flux capacitor he built is fine. It's the
Right.
flux capacitor phone charger in the car that will give you a seizure.
The one I got for Christmas.
Yeah, that thing is deadly.
So you're saying not to use it at night?
I actually asked Justin to turn it
Yeah.
off recently when I
Yeah,
was in his
Tyler
Really?
loses
Yeah.
his mind whenever I turn on the flux capacitor car charger. Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes crazy.
Does it adjust to the speed that you're driving?
While I was quiet that entire time, by the way, everyone to know that I actually went and used the restroom.
Whoa,
true.
podcast secrets!
Uh-oh,
That's because
behind the scenes.
The other night we were at Tyler's house in the backyard having a little bit of a bonfire.
Were
Yeah.
we?
A bit of a bonfire.
You
We
guys
were-
sound like my boss.
We were
Jeez.
arguing about whether or not it was
Your
acceptable.
boss is Michael Caine.
No,
and,
my boss
Arthur.
is
What is
Irish.
that called, Jess?
It's Arthur.
Okay,
Alfie.
Alfie.
we were Alfie. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were arguing whether or not it was acceptable.
Are we gonna go back into this again?
No, we're not going to go back into the whole thing. I just
I don't
want
know,
to
you're
explain
starting it
briefly
again.
because I want to get to what's in your bathroom right now.
I haven't even talked about what I got for
A
Christmas.
toilet is in my bathroom,
We were going to
guys.
argue. We were arguing the other night about whether or not it's acceptable to pee A in the ocean. I think that's
Yeah.
how it started, and
Uh-huh.
B in the shower.
Both.
Tyler says both.
Yeah.
I won't admit to doing either, but I'm going to say that's perfectly normal.
I've done one
You,
today.
You did
figure
admit
out which
to
one.
peeing in
Hey man,
the shower,
don't tell my
man.
personal secrets on the
Dude, you put it on Snapchat. It's out there for everyone to see.
only for 24 hours. Now you've made it permanent.
Nailed it.
Dang it.
Yep.
Jeff Heimbuck. Hold on.
Ruining
hold on,
everything
hold on.
for
Hold
everyone.
on.
Jeff Heimbuck claims
Uh-huh.
to have never peed in the shower. Never. Not even.
Never, guys.
Not a drop.
Which is not
Nary-
true
Hold on,
at
hold
all.
on, hold on, Tyler. Contain
Okay.
the rage for one moment. But the thing that I find even just unbelievable is he also claims to have never peed in the ocean.
Listen, guys.
Stop.
Dolphins need
Stop.
to drink that water.
Stop.
Listen,
They don't drink. They breathe.
nobody, and I know you don't go in the water much, neither do I, but nobody has ever gone in the beach
Uh-huh.
and been in the water for like an hour,
Yep.
and you're boogie boarding, you're doing your thing, and
Absolutely.
had to pee
Never
and
done
gone,
that.
I'm going to go all the way out of the ocean,
Nope.
up the sand, into some weird concrete bunker, and pee where there's pee all over the floor.
Why is it
and
going
step
to
in
be a
it.
concrete bunker?
That's what's
how,
there.
That's how bathrooms are at the beach.
With
man.
a weird
Have you ever-
shower and
do you
everything.
even beach, bro?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Obviously not.
People pee in the ocean.
That's
It's
true.
a thing that happens.
Yep.
It's natural.
That's why oceans exist.
Listen, dolphins are mammals.
giant
Are
urinals.
dolphins not mammals? They pee in the ocean.
Well, dolphins are different because they can't come out of the ocean to pee.
That's animal racism.
That's
All
not
I'm
animal
s-
racism.
What?
Do whales come
What
out of
is
the ocean
that?
to pee?
no.
I've never heard of like a
And
a
that's
tilapia
why
that comes out of the
neither
ocean
should
to pee.
people have to.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
Now listen, if you want to, that's fine. All I'm saying
You're
is
just honoring the local custom.
okay. So long story short, Heimbuck claims.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying he's a liar.
Yeah.
But he's lying.
He's implying, but I'm not.
He's
He's applying?
never peed in the ocean or a pool. Now, if you haven't ever peed in a pool, that's just really polite. That's just really good manners.
I'm a really nice
I'm gonna
guy.
applaud you
Invite
and
me
say
to
that
your house.
even as a child, if you never peed in a pool, you're amazing.
I definitely
and
did.
I kind of want to be your best friend forever.
Yeah.
But I
So many
definitely
times.
did.
Yeah, me too.
I'm at least admitting to, as a child,
That's why they don't get invited to pool parties.
not getting out of the pool. I've never peed in a hot tub. That's just
No,
rude.
I haven't either.
That's just rude. That's like peeing in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about?
Where's this going?
Okay, because the reason. Okay, so to bring it. Sorry, children. To bring it back to acceptable conversation. The reason I'm talking about this is I showed up at Heinbuch's house. This is a whole conversation we had the other night. I showed up at Heinbuch's house tonight. I was the first one here.
Yeah.
I really need to go to the bathroom, so I go in the bathroom and there's a sign, a printed out Helvetica. Helvetica? Or
I think
Was it Helvetica?
Was it Arial?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Actually,
Helvetica
maybe
bowl.
It
Helvetica.
might have.
No.
Okay, it was a Helvetica.
It wasn't bold though.
A beautiful sign taped right above the toilet that says "Pee in here"
With an arrow pointing down.
at
True.
the toilet. And I look to my left, and on the shower is another sign that says "Do not pee in here." So not only Heimbach is now so concerned.
Yep.
that
Listen,
he
man.
I just wanted to mention.
I was
that.
covering all my bases when Tyler was coming over
Yeah.
because sometimes he just can't control himself.
Tyler was
and he
true.
pees in the shower.
Tyler was pretty insistent that not only was he upset that you wouldn't admit to having ever been
Which
in the
he
shower,
totally has.
I have not.
but Tyler was actually like, by the end of that conversation, I was pretty convinced that when Tyler went to the bathroom next, he was going to pee in
I'm
his
pretty
own
sure.
shower just to prove a point
not
to
even
himself.
being in the shower, he was just going to
He
open
was
the
just gonna
curtain.
open the curtain and
pee into the shower.
I may or may not have done that this morning while thinking about that conversation.
That's really weird.
He was angry.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I feel like
I'm
that
gonna
was
pee
the
in
first
shower.
time you guys have had an argument as friends. Is that
Was that really an
Tyler
argument,
was
Tyler?
kind of
I think
upset
that
with
was
you.
just a loving discussion.
I think it was a loving discussion too.
All I know is that it was heated. He was upset with
was
you.
it heated?
No.
No, I
No,
don't
it
think
was.
it was.
There was a
It was
fire.
lukewarm. It was microwave.
There was a fire. It was literally heated.
No.
No, there was a fire. Yes, there was a literal
We were
fire.
having a bonfire.
Yeah.
But-
A bit of a bonfire.
Thank you for asking what I got for Christmas.
We don't care. Firefly.
I got
one.
seasons 1 through 6 of Degrassi: The Next Generation.
Oh, is that this Jay and Silent Bob ones too? Or no?
That was, I believe, in season 6.
I think that is
And
the end of
every
season 6.
day, I
Yeah.
know I can make it through. It's amazing.
Have you never seen Degrassi? Is that why you're giving us that look right now, Justin?
What's that all about?
Number one, yes. Number two, sidebar. Tyler singing is my favorite thing, and Tyler singing made-up Christmas songs while walking through DCA at night is my favorite thing ever.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Tyler comes up with a mean Christmas carol, and when I say mean, I mean mean.
Did you
Yeah.
mention that
like
we're
the most cynical? Like we're all about positivity, right? And the whole thing is like being positive and everything, and we are friends because of that. But
Yeah.
the thing is with Tyler is that sometimes he needs an event, and his way of doing that, apparently, in the Yuletide season, is to go to DCA with me and then walk around saying depressing things
Well, that's because he's at DCA.
in song. Oh, Heimbach.
What?
With give us an example.
I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think of one this whole time. Like, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
People always die.
Like it was stuff like that.
Christmas comes and goes. Someone eats the last piece of pie.
Like we're walking around DCA and he'll be like, "Snow is falling gently. People sometimes get cancer." And you're like, "What?" And I'm trying to film that DCA Christmas video, and I'm trying to like be positive.
That is
and,
the
like,
most
look at it,
horrific
like,
thing
wow,
I've
they
ever
did a
heard.
really good job this year decorating. They kind of upped the game at DCA, and I was
Yeah.
impressed and I was happy. And Tyler he just got off of work. He was having a bad day, and he made himself feel better.
Kind of want to put that on my iPod.
Bye.
now.
No
Fine.
one really loves you.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Life is
okay?
your imagination.
Yeah, so that's how Tyler makes himself
Your
positive.
cat wants to run away.
Yeah.
Just things like that all day. My cat ran away
So
recently.
someday,
Yeah.
when we have the money, Tyler's recording a solo
That's
album.
Tyler Evans' Christmas album.
Yeah.
Very
Tyler
mellow.
Evans' Depressing Christmas.
I also
Sung
got
by Tyler Evans, as told to Jeff Heimbach.
a book
By Roy
about Dwayne Allman and a typewriter, but that's what I got.
You did. I saw that
Yeah.
picture on Instagram.
It was
That was
very
before
nice.
Christmas.
You
though.
know
That
what I
doesn't
got
count.
for Christmas?
What?
Carton of cigarettes.
It's a real battery at the Pinner house. Looks like the size of a cigar.
Did we just reference the Breakfast Club?
Take a ride on my Segway.
So, what was the best gift you guys ever got for Christmas?
By the way, we should mention we're probably recording this on Christmas Day, so it is a
yeah, it
Christmas
is
party
We're not
day.
probably recording on a
We
Christmas
are.
Day. We are definitely recording it on Christmas
That's
Day.
right, we are
Christmas
definitely.
night.
They're
Christmas
probably
evening.
hearing
With a
it on
K.
Christmas Day.
They might be hearing this after Christmas Day by the time this goes
6
up.
months from now, when you go viral for running nude to the streets of Shanghai,
Yeah.
people
going
will be
to
hearing
Shanghai?
it. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting for you.
Merry Christmas.
You'll be in the middle of a nervous breakdown when it happens, but it'll
Wait,
be
why am I
exciting.
having a nervous breakdown?
I don't know.
Why are you seeing the
future's
future?
unwritten.
What's with
I
your
asked
black
the 8 ball
magic?
this morning, and
Yeah.
it said definitely so.
Yeah. signs point to yes.
I
is
don't
what
like
we're
your
told.
witchcraft. Enough with your witchcraft.
So what do you think? I have
By
questions
myself.
after this. I want to ask you about Hanukkah. But first
It's
of all,
pronounced Hanukkah.
what
the
was it?
CH is silent.
I'm just trying to ask a question. He keeps trying to tell me how Hanukkah is
It's
pronounced.
getting heated.
What is the best Christmas present you ever got?
Justin.
You ever got, Heimbuck?
Oh, you're going with me
Oh,
first.
let's start with Heimbuck.
Ever.
You're starting with me?
Yeah.
Wait, I need time to think about
That
this.
you ever got?
What
What was the best present you
if
ever
I have to
got?
think of something right
Ever.
now, I'm going to say that flux capacitor watch right now. That flux capacitor watch.
You don't
is
just
pretty
have to
awesome.
say that because your lady is in the room.
No, I'm saying that
asking
because it's
legitimately.
pretty awesome.
Were you once a child who put something on a list and then Santa gave it to you? Hashtag Hail
I
Santa.
wanted a Red Ryder BB gun, but I never got one.
Don't do that, man.
What?
This is
That's pretty
originality.
cliche.
That's
Come
not
on.
cliche.
I mean, that's an old
I
joke.
really did want that.
Okay.
Yeah, at one point I did. After I saw that movie, I had no idea what it was, but I figured he wanted it so bad.
All right, we'll give it to
I
him.
wanted
I actually
it.
got that when I was like 8 years old.
Did you really?
Hashtag Southern. High five.
High
The
five.
breast. The breast.
Oh.
Hey man, this is a family show.
podcast.
Family
Let's
show.
be mature about the stutter. The best Christmas present I ever received was friendship.
Oh come on!
Oh, come on,
Nobody
dude.
loves friendship.
Such a cop out. What is
Okay.
this about?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the best Christmas present, like in a box wrapped up, I've ever gotten was. But I will tell you that the worst
box.
Christmas
Yeah.
I ever had. This is the
Under
only.
the
All I can do is take
tree.
it kind of negative. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
the year was 1992, the year of Batman Returns.
Oh.
I was 3.
Batman
was
Returns comes out.
9
It's the biggest movie of the frickin' century.
because Catwoman
Just
was
Michelle
attractive.
Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, dude.
Michael Keaton is back. Michael Gough. What the heck?
Michael Gough.
Michael Gough.
My
Alfred. We have Tim Burton.
Best
Batman
Alfred, by the
Returns.
way.
He
Batman
was the best
Returns
Alfred.
yeah.
was coming out.
Michael Keaton's a close second though.
There,
Yeah.
in the toy world, let me explain to you millennials something. You had the
You guys weren't born yet, but
You had the Batmissile Batmobile, which is this
Yep.
cool Batmobile. The Batmobile is pretty epic as it is. It comes apart into 3 pieces. There's all there's all kinds of
just
toys.
like the movie, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of toys. There's
Yeah.
coming out.
Kind of made for toys, let's be
The
honest. but it was
Batsky
good.
boat, you know.
Oh
You know the
yeah,
Batsky
because
boat.
he was
It's on
fighting
Netflix.
he was
okay?
fighting the penguin at that point.
Yeah.
so it made
Exactly.
sense.
There
Danny
were all
DeVito
kinds
was a
of
great
plastic
penguin.
penguins for sale, and my parents went bananas, BANANAS, buying all the cool Batman Returns stuff for me. I was
Yeah.
super stoked. The problem is, my brother and I snuck into the room where
Oh,
they
no.
had all the presents
Your
piled up
parents'
on
room?
2 pairs,
Oh,
on 2 chairs.
no.
Were
Yes.
they wrapped?
They were not wrapped. They were covered with a blanket,
Okay.
and we knew
Oh, no.
that's totally got to be the Christmas present pile. It's covered with a blanket.
You
Should
were-
we look?
And then you looked.
We tiptoed in.
Hold on, pause. I've met your brother. He didn't ask, should we look? You were the ringleader
No,
in the
no, no.
situation.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
We lifted up the blanket, took a peek at pretty much every single Christmas present.
No.
Listen,
Justin Scarred ruined
Listen,
Christmas.
Bro, did Seth cry?
we were stoked.
Yeah.
We didn't think anything of it. We were stoked.
Wait, how far?
dude,
How
I'm getting
far
everything
before Christmas
awesome.
did this
This
happen?
is probably one of the best Christmases ever. Like I don't know what my dad did that year, but he got like a bonus or something. 'Cause we had every toy ever, and before that, we had got one cool toy for Christmas. You know, and this was like the first Christmas we ever had like a ton of stuff.
Have a Batman
And we're like,
Returns
look
Christmas.
at the pile of stuff that we're gonna get. This is so.
Vengeance didn't
I was like,
come.
well, way less than 10 years old. I mean, this is crazy. We're our minds are blown.
Danny DeVito's the penguin.
The problem wasn't that day. The problem was Christmas Day.
Lando is
Opening-
Two-Face.
Yeah, right. The problem was Christmas Day, opening the presents and going, oh, cool.
Because you already knew what was coming.
Ruined.
Dude, did Seth Scarred cry?
Ruined Christmas.
Was Seth Scarred
no,
scarred?
He was actually cooler about it than I was. I was super bummed. I was like Donnie Darko.
Did you think they were going to get more stuff?
yeah.
If he didn't die from a jet engine.
Oh.
I was
Spoiler.
bummed.
All right. I got stories for the best Christmas
I had
presents
the best
ever.
spoiler story ever someday.
Clearly.
Okay.
I spoiled a movie for someone once.
We
The
will
worst.
get to that
Okay.
because that's amazing. Best Christmas presents I ever got. 2 quick funny stories. One's not funny, it's just interesting. And it's not very interesting, it's just a story. One time, the only time
I'm just
I ever...
gonna let you run with
This
that.
would be a great podcast story.
The only
Tyler.
time I ever opened presents on Christmas Eve, you guys will dig this. It was like 1995, 1996.
It's groovy. Dig it.
Yeah. I got...
Back in 1962.
Listen, I got a bat cave.
I know
I
mine.
got
Which one?
I got the giant bat cave.
Are you talking about Batman Forever?
Yeah, the Batman Forever
What?
bat
I'm
cave.
pretty nerdy about my Batman action
Yeah,
figures.
Dude,
you know?
Batman
Batman Forever
Forever
was pretty good. I'm
Like,
not
with
gonna
a
lie.
staircase
come
and
on.
everything.
It's terrible now.
Did you see the re-edit of it that the fan did?
No.
Oh man, it
Well, I
is
didn't even know
so
that
good.
existed.
You didn't know?
No.
Okay, download that. We'll talk about that
For
later.
everyone that's maybe too young to know this, in 1995, when
Yeah.
Batman Forever came out,
I was but a boy.
with Val Kilmer.
It
we
was
didn't
pretty good.
know it was terrible.
No.
We didn't know it was
with Nicole
terrible.
Kidman as Chase Meridian, which is probably one of the worst character names of all time.
But listen,
Val Kilmer wasn't bad though.
no,
Val Kilmer was okay.
Val Kilmer was
we
good.
didn't know
the
it was
movie
terrible.
wasn't very good.
The movie wasn't good. Let's just admit now, as grown adults, that the movie isn't good.
He went into that machine that told him he was Batman.
Yeah, but at the time, it seemed good, and there were cool toys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got the bat cave from that, and I don't. Let me.
Not the
Okay.
Batcave.
Yeah.
The
The
big
bat
The big
cave.
one.
Justin and I have talked
Google
about
this.
this before,
Google
Heimbuck,
this.
because I want to ask you, because we've talked about this. I had this amazing thing I used to do when I was a kid, where you would pretend like you were Mr. Freeze or a villain, and you would put your action figure in a cup,
In a
and
cup.
fill it with water,
Fill it with water.
and put it in the freezer.
Nailed it.
So you could put, like, when you were playing, he was
I
frozen
constantly did
in.
this.
Yeah. Did you ever do that?
Let me back up. You would take Batman.
No, not Batman.
Oh, yeah, Batman.
Batman,
Yeah,
or just
Batman,
a
or
toy.
any toy.
You would put
Yeah.
a toy in a cup,
Yeah.
fill
Yep.
it with water,
Yep.
Yep.
put it in the freezer,
Yep.
Yep.
freeze it, take it out, and
Yep.
go,
Well,
time for you to cool off.
yeah, pretty
Kind of
much.
like Arnold
weren't-
Schwarzenegger
Yeah,
did
I mean, yeah.
in Batman and Robin.
Yes.
sending me to the cooler.
Yeah, he had so many bad puns. in that.
Chill
Well, it was
out.
awesome. Like, whoa, he's frozen.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of Encino Man references maybe
Yeah.
in my mind. I don't know. And
That's weird how
turn
you
on the hot water.
cross-reference Batman and
Yeah.
Encino Man at
One
the same
time,
time.
I couldn't get the Batman out of the ice fast
Right.
enough. So I
Why
actually
was
took,
the Batman turned into the
You
Weasel?
know those meat mallets, like those
Yeah, yeah,
metal,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
metal meat hammers, and I was like,
Yeah.
I opened the drawer and I'm like, I'll break Batman out with this, right?
Yeah.
So I start pounding on the little cup ice with the thing, and I actually dented Batman's plastic chest, the Michael Keaton Batman's plastic chest with this meat hammer. The funny thing is, I still have that Batman. I gave it to my son, and he was like, "Why are there all these holes in it?" It's like, funny story. I tenderized the heck out of that Batman's chest one time,
But it was-
when I was freeing him from the ice.
It was easier to. You pretended that
pretended.
You
Mr.
weren't
Freeze broke
pretending.
Where are
into
you
the
going
back
with
end.
this, by the
You
way?
clearly were not pretending
Well,
at that
you
point
never
if he was
did that.
actually
You never
frozen.
froze the
I have
thing
never
up.
frozen
I was saying
a toy
it
before.
was
You had
much
a horrible
cooler.
childhood.
Instead of
I have never peed in the shower,
It was
and I have
cooler.
never frozen a
right,
toy.
it was
cooler.
cooler.
It was cooler.
Instead of just doing it on your kitchen counter, you did it in the back cave, and that was amazing.
Okay, that is
That is
pretty
awesome.
awesome, actually.
Okay, so let me then throw
topical.
this out there. This is the funny story.
But by the way, Mr. Freeze was Batman and Robin, not Batman Forever.
So
Cool
you
off.
guys will
by
remember.
Batman and Robin, I knew it was a terrible movie.
You
That
guys
was
will.
terrible news.
You guys will
Yeah.
remember this. For years, the only place you could get Back to the Future merchandise was at Disney World or Disneyland.
You're talking about Universal, not Disney World.
Well, Universal.
Yeah.
But Disney World had it too.
no,
they
Universal
did not.
Orlando.
Universal
Orlando did.
Maybe. I'm
Here,
pretty
they
sure
had it
Disney
here
World.
also.
No, dude,
They've
it was-
never had
It was where
Back
the
to the Future merchandise.
rides were.
Fair enough,
You're
fair
stumbling
enough,
over.
yeah.
You're just thinking of your confusing childhood memories.
Right. I was pretty young. So Universal Orlando and Universal out here, that's the
Yeah.
only place you can get Back to the Future merchandise. So I told my mom once, she was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. Santa's got it. I don't even have to tell you. Santa knows exactly
Mistake.
what I want."
This guy.
This
talking
was
about
like
Santa.
this was like September, October. Month goes by, November. She's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "Pff, "Listen, I've already told Santa. I made the list. I mailed it to him."
Time out.
He's fine.
For our listeners at home, Santa exists.
Santa is totally real.
He's totally a person.
The thing is
I
that
know
you-
him.
But the thing is, you have to understand, kids, is that Santa, he has a rule book he has to abide by, and you have to tell your parents what you want as well,
Yes.
or Santa won't.
Otherwise,
honor the
he won't
code.
know.
Right.
Because he has to. Because
If-
your parents
if
have to call
only
him.
Santa knows and your parents don't know. Santa doesn't know it's cool with your parents if he gets you that thing, so he won't.
Because if you
Yeah.
want like a switchblade
Right.
or
Totally
something,
nailed it.
your
We nailed
parents
it.
need
We're
to
So-
totally say this.
liability covered.
It gets like first, second week of December, and she's like, "No, seriously, what do you want? Like, what's the one thing you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "Listen, I already talked to Santa. He's got it. It's fine."
How
She's
did
like,
you talk to Santa?
and
Do you
she
have
was-
his
I
phone
don't, I
number?
don't remember.
His-
I was
his
I
cell
was
phone?
a young man. I was when I wore a younger man's clothes, and she was like,
What, like
"Please."
2 years ago?
She was like, "Please, just tell me so I can just like I can make sure and talk to Santa that he's got it." I was like, "Fine. I want a DeLorean from Back to the Future, the one they
Boom.
sell
Nailed
at
it.
Universal in
This
Florida."
is why we're friends.
Yeah, I was like 6 years old, so it's like 1996, 1997, 1995. I don't remember how old I am.
Wow.
Apparently,
Totally taken aback.
so She was like, okay, I'll make sure to talk to Santa. She had to jump on the phone with Universal and do all this like 2 weeks before Christmas, dude. But I got it on Christmas morning, and I had it for years. I actually wound up giving that same DeLorean to Justin.
I was on tour, 2006.
Yep, 2006.
Playing the Dalton, Georgia, Northwest Georgia Trade and
Convention Center. Yep, where Bill Cosby
massive
played, yep.
show.
Train and
All
convention
kinds
center?
no
Trade.
trade and
Oh,
picture a
trade.
convention center full
Okay.
of crazy kids from this town. In
600
Georgia
people there.
going nuts. It was an awesome show.
The
And at
entire town was there?
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
And
much.
At the end of the show, I go back to Tyler's house, lovely house.
Yep.
His dad's house, and he gives me his precious prized Back to the Future DeLorean from Universal. This is still before all the crazy replicas and all the Hot Toys stuff and all the crazy, reaction figures. This is when, like, the plastic... It was the kind where it lifts up and goes...
Yeah.
It's
Lights
a
up.
totally
Cool.
cheesy garbage thing, but
But I want
at
it.
the
The
time, it was,
wheels
like,
went sideways.
the
That's
only
awesome.
cool thing you could get. So he gives it to me, and I'm like, well, this is awesome, because, I like Back to the Future. Took it home. One day, the batteries exploded in it. I put it out on the front porch. Tyler moved into my house.
Yep.
And we used to hang out on the porch with it
Uh-huh.
for 6 months that he
That's
was
true.
out here until I was like, he's like, why don't you just throw it away? And I was like, well, I didn't want to throw it away because you had given it to me and I knew it was like special to you. So once he moved out to California and saw that the batteries had exploded and
Yep.
nobody wanted to put their bare hands on it, he was like, dude, you could throw it away.
Guys,
but
this-
I had friendship respect
Yep.
that I kept it until you told me I could throw it away.
That present literally lasted 20
Okay,
years.
serious question. When's the wedding?
Oh,
For what?
not soon enough.
You two.
We threw it in the
Uh,
trash. We can't marry the DeLorean now.
Oh, I
Um,
want the DeLorean.
And I want to say now, for anyone listening who's very generous feeling, I don't own any DeLorean time
What?
machine
I own,
replicas.
Me neither. I
I
want
own
one.
like 15 DeLoreans
I
in
don't
my
own any.
office.
So give one each.
Yeah. Come on, dude. I have
give
the
me
Hot
one,
Wheels
too.
one. To
Yeah.
be fair, I have the 99-cent Hot
Do you
Wheels
even
one.
DeLorean?
To
bro?
answer the
Give me
question, I
DeLoreans.
asked myself, Smith Corona Galaxy Deluxe is the best present I
Speaking
ever got.
of Smiths,
I just want to say, total, this is not Christmas-related sidebar. When I was younger and I worked at this office job, I made pretty decent money. And
The title place?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I worked for this title insurance company. I made pretty good money, and I went by this little
sold
car
insurance
dealership.
like
in-
Ray Disney.
No, title
Yeah,
insurance,
what's
which
up,
is a
guys?
way more boring form of insurance. And I went by this little junky place. This is a while ago, before Back to the Future was Hot Topic cool, basically. And I went by this
I don't
little
like that.
tiny car dealership in Garden Grove. DeLoreans, ton of DeLoreans there because DeLorean Motor Company was bought
It was
by
still a
this
thing at that point.
Yeah, DeLorean
They didn't
is
go out of
now
business.
located in Garden Grove. Anyway, there was a DeLorean there. There were only 80,000 miles on this DeLorean, 1982 DMC-12.
Too bad there
DeLorean.
wasn't 88,000.
12 grand.
12 grand?
What?
What? Did you
12
buy it?
grand.
No, you didn't.
I went in. I qualified for the financing
But?
at this little hole-in-the-wall place for this DeLorean. It's my dream car. And I go, well, DeLoreans have never been expensive because at that point, they had never been expensive. They were just crap. Everyone knew they were terrible cars.
This was before
Yeah, they're not good
it was
cars.
like Back to the Future
That's what I'm
famous,
saying.
right? Okay.
Yeah. No.
I
wasn't
mean,
alive
Back to
in
the Future had
you
come
know,
out at that
yeah.
point, but not
Yeah.
everybody in the world was like,
It
oh,
was
Back
in
to the
that
Future.
lull where it had not come back out on DVD and all
Okay.
that stuff. So it was like 12 grand for this DeLorean with less than 100,000 miles on it. I didn't buy it. Like the next year, Back to the Future gets re-released on DVD.
Ooh.
I think that year actually
Ooh.
gets re-released on DVD, and then like 2 years after that is when all the Back to the Future T-shirts hit like Hot Topic, Target, and Back to the Future re-explodes to a whole new generation of cable TV watchers.
So you regret the
And
decision.
now you cannot find a DeLorean for less than, I don't know, $1 bazillion. So
It's
all I want to
really
say
expensive.
is, what I'm saying is, if you ever find a cool DeLorean for 12,000, if you ever find your dream car for less than 20 grand, buy
you should
it.
probably buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the DeLorean.
So, real quick, I wanted to ask you, did you, Jeff Heimbuck, celebrate Hanukkah this year?
I did not. I actually forgot it was Hanukkah until somebody else reminded me it was Hanukkah.
Not a big fan of 8 Crazy Nights, or?
No, I love the 8 Crazy Nights.
Did you grow up celebrating Hanukkah or no? Were you more of a Christmas family or Hanukkah?
We did both of the holidays. So I got 8 days of presents. Sometimes it coincided with the many presents of Christmas. But this year, we totally forgot about Hanukkah.
I have so many questions.
Do you
Ask
do 8
me
days
about
of
Hanukkah.
Christmas?
Okay, so
Actually, that would be pretty
is
awesome.
it one present a day for the 8 days?
When I was growing up, it was one present a day for the 8 days.
And then, like, is it...
But the 8th day was like the big present.
Right.
So that so
So
it was
is it
like a really good one.
Is it like toys? Is it like pencil sets? Is it like a car? What do you get per day?
It was always like toys when I was growing up.
My family was split between super white, stoic farmer Quaker types and crazy Italian Catholics. So we just had Christmas, and at the one side of the family, everyone was very quiet, very dry turkey.
Right.
The other side of the family, everyone's screaming at each other and we're having lasagna. Kind of wonderful.
I went to your family's Christmas last night and we had
So there's
lasagna.
no potato latkes is what you're saying.
So I don't understand how Hanukkah works in this sense, because you just have one crazy night of everyone screaming at each other.
Right.
And the wild part of my family. So for Hanukkah, do you actually celebrate every night? Does the family sit down and celebrate every night?
Do you know what Hanukkah symbolizes, though?
Yes, but I want to know. I want to know experientially for you growing up. How do you celebrate that with that happening?
Because I lived so far away from my relatives at the time, and by far away I mean like maybe a half hour. So on a school night, that's a pretty long time.
Yeah, that was 6 hours away.
It was 6 hours away.
When you're a kid, you're like, oh god.
So whatever the first weeknight was of that holiday, we would celebrate, and we'd get like 8 gifts at once, perhaps. But
you get the family together like the first night. Like it's the first night of Hanukkah, everyone gets together. Or
do you light the menorah and the whole deal, or is that antiquated?
At home, we would light the menorah once every night, but I wouldn't get a present every night until we.
Do you do it like you light? You obviously you blow it out at night so your house doesn't burn down. But do you go like 1, 2, 3, or do you just like the third one?
No, it's all the light bulbs. So we'd unscrew the light bulbs so they would not
that's
be lit.
Not authentic.
And
Yeah,
then we would screw one in at a time.
You can get
for the 8
candles.
lights.
Yeah.
Candles? Who lights candles anymore?
Well, it's probably the equivalent of getting a plastic Christmas tree. So fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a fair. We have a plastic
Fair
Christmas
enough.
tree right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Right.
And
But then the other half of your family's Catholic.
Yeah, my father's side is Catholic.
So you got to do. So this is awesome because you got to do the 8
Guys,
presents.
I had so many presents.
Yeah.
That's
all the time.
Kind of rad.
Yeah, it was great. I
Here's
loved
the
it.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Were they 8 presents like here's 8 bubble gum
There was like
balls, or was it like
7
here's 8 sweetened NES
No.
cartridges?
It was like 7 kind of okay presents, and then the 8th present was like, whoa, guys.
You got a Super Nintendo.
We're going to Disney World or something.
Whoa, the 8th present was the party wagon.
Whoa.
TMNT. That's old school.
So
I had the party wagon,
Tyler
actually.
wasn't alive the first year they introduced.
He wasn't, but we totally were.
Yes, we were.
I
I'm
had
a very
the party
young
wagon.
man. I'm okay.
I had
with
the
it.
blimp too. Did you have the chick?
Yeah,
the
dude,
Turtles
I had the
blimp? Dude, it was so good.
Why is this so action figure centric? It's because it's Christmas.
Because it is Christmas.
Listen, guys.
What?
Before the podcast ends,
But by the
Why
way,
does it
Tyler,
have to
time
end?
out. We're at 32 minutes. You told me to remind you when we're at 30 minutes, and I failed. on my
not
duty.
for the audience. Just wanted you to make eye contact
Oh.
with me or something. Okay.
They already know because they're listening.
I already made the segue.
Spoiler alert: Tyler may or may not have had a glass of eggnog.
Segue.
So, we are now. This will come out probably tonight, tomorrow.
We'll probably put up tonight.
We're not going to do another podcast before 2015.
No, we
So
won't.
let's spend a couple minutes about what we got coming up from Live Fast Die Poor
In
for the new
2015?
year.
Nothing good.
Let's talk about that.
I'm just kidding.
Let's talk about it a little bit. We've got. I don't want to spoil
We should
anything.
do predictions too at some point.
I don't want to spoil anything, but we've got a scripted series coming out that I'm very excited about.
Tyler and I have
Yeah.
written many a script for this scripted series.
We're 8 out of 10. We're gonna do 10 episodes. We've got 8 scripts written already.
Yes, and we're gonna nail it, and it's gonna be great. As soon as we can get into the location that we have,
Right.
whatever that may be, in 2015.
It's so funny. The episodes we've been writing. Listen. I'm not saying mine are. I'm saying Heimbach's.
I'm saying Tyler's are because
Yeah.
they were pretty good. Also,
They're so funny, and I'm really excited about that. What else we got coming up?
we have a
Heimbach?
bunch of new. The Utmost Boys are going to do something as well, aren't
Yeah. Well, they got a new season of Hot Air coming.
they? Yes, they do.
Hey, listen. I'm very excited to say that we've been renewed for a new season of Random
What?
Land. The higher ups, the production company, have said
Meaning Justin.
we get a whole new season of Random Land. New sometimes vlogs too coming up from the upstairs.
well, those always
It's
happen
been renewed.
because Justin's always doing sometimes
Yeah.
vlogs. And guys, for
I do them
serious,
sometimes.
finally, Crypto Country's totally coming.
Is
for
Crypto
realsies.
Country ever happening?
It's actually
Just be
happening.
honest.
The thing is, it takes a lot longer to edit those than I
How
thought they
many
were gonna
episodes
be.
have you edited?
That I've completely edited?
Yes.
0. How many have I filmed?
Yeah.
3.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you only filled one.
No,
I'm
dude.
actually impressed.
3. It just
Yeah.
takes a lot longer, but I want to have a bunch in a row that I can like release them every other week. Or,
I
like, every
said the
month or
same
something.
thing about the rock vlogs. How many of those came
Yeah,
out?
but how many of you filmed?
Oh, as many as came out. I filmed one more that never came out.
People are always asking about the Queen Mary too.
Nobody ever asks about it.
No, they
I'm
are,
just kidding.
dude.
I'm
They're
just
totally
kidding.
asking. I'm going to the Queen Mary. You're going to come with me at some point. You're coming
am.
too, Tyler.
Nobody
so we'll
ever
have a
invites me to
random
anything.
land and a crypto country about the Queen Mary.
Did they ever call you back?
No, because she's on vacation because it's the holiday time right
it's
now.
Christmas. That's right. Okay, best.
Theoretically,
Christmas.
we were supposed to film over my Christmas vacation, but she never got back to me, so...
Do we really want to
Nice.
put her on blast?
No.
We've got, after we come out with those 10 episodes, we've got another scripted series that we can't talk
Wait,
about.
we
It's
do?
going to be even funnier.
The Queen Mary's awesome.
The Queen Mary is pretty awesome. It's not about the Queen Mary. It's not related.
Well,
Was
let's
that
see where
first
the
time you
second
went to
season
Queen Mary?
goes.
Because you just went to Queen Mary recently.
I went
Check
to
it
the
out.
Queen
Was that
Mary.
The first time you were ever on
the
it?
first time I went to the actual
Well, you
Queen
went
Mary,
Dark
I was
Harbor.
for Dark Harbor.
Which
Is
is
that
that-
the Titanic
it's like-
sister? What's the
It's
thing
the
with Queen
haunt.
Mary?
Well, hold
It
on.
was
Dark
the
Harbor
haunt.
is the haunt thing they have at the Queen Mary, which is a big boat from England.
They have 3 mazes on the ship, 3 mazes off the ship.
It is from. To answer your question, Tyler, the Queen Mary was a ship that was built by the successor to eventual part owner of the same line that built the Titanic. It's smaller than the Titanic, but still massive.
But it's still pretty huge.
Ocean liner
Yeah.
from the 1930s, early 30s.
I think I forgot when it was beached in Long Beach.
But it was used in the. It was used
60s,
during
thank
World
you.
War II, so it had to be built in the 30s.
Yeah.
I think it was built before that.
Massive luxury,
Yeah.
maybe the 20s. Massive luxury ocean liner on the on Titanic scale.
It was pretty huge, yeah.
It's
still
now
is pretty
docked
huge.
in Long Beach, California. It's just sitting there, and it's
Was
a hotel.
Once owned by Disney, theoretically.
Yes. Almost.
They
was a
use
Disney
it as
park.
a bargaining chip
Wait,
to
the
build
ship
Westcott.
was
That's
almost
what
a
I was-
Disney park?
Well, yeah.
Disney
this
leased.
is what I was going to get to because I know you probably never heard this. The Long Beach, California, a little seaside town here. Little seaside town. It's a big city.
Seaside,
has,
that's New Jersey
this
town.
huge Queen Mary ship, the historical ship, docked there. It's now a hotel, and they have all kinds of events and historic tours and all this stuff.
Ghost
and at
tours.
one point, it was going out of business, and Disney was thinking about turning it into a park,
They were-
building a theme park down there.
Called Disney Sea.
Disney Sea.
Not the one in Tokyo. Before the one in Tokyo,
Yeah.
it was called Disney Sea.
That's weird.
However, it was actually, they did make all these plans, but they weren't going to actually make it a park. They were using it as a bargaining chip to actually make Westcott, which never happened, and Westcott turned into DCA.
See, I didn't know that. I thought that they were going to build a whole seaside park next to the Queen Mary, and then just the whole thing was they were going to preserve the Queen Mary in exchange for getting the land next to it to build a theme park on.
They were saying that because they really wanted to build a second gate at the Disneyland Resort. However, that was just a bargaining chip for them.
Right.
I don't know how that makes sense.
It makes sense because they were saying they were going to build the second gate somewhere else until Anaheim said, "Okay, I guess you could build the second gate here."
Right,
I
exactly.
see.
That's what it was.
They were holding the city to ransom.
They weren't holding them to ransom for $1 million.
1 million boats.
We may have an awesome special coming out in a couple days, but maybe not. Let's roll the dice.
I'm gonna cross my fingers on that one that we're actually gonna accomplish
I
that
want
one.
to.
We were
Yeah.
trying.
We're still gonna do it. We should still do it even if it's after the New Year.
I think that'd be kind of
We
even
should do a
funnier.
New Year's special in like March.
Yeah,
Actually, that'd be kind of
absolutely.
hilarious.
Just why not?
Because theoretically, it's still the New Year then.
It's
I,
true.
uh,
It's still in the
I'm
New
still
Year.
writing 2014 in March.
I have a new Tyler Evans short story that's coming out for 24 hours on the website coming up pretty soon.
It's going to be
It's only
on the
going to be
website
on
for
the
24
website for
hours.
24 hours.
This is the one I've been reading.
Tyler,
Yeah.
what if people
Oh, it's
read
good.
really slowly?
Well, hopefully it doesn't take them more than an hour a paragraph or something, or an hour a page.
I've read it. It's 20 pages, and it's
Is it
great.
good?
So far, it's great. He keeps saying he wants to expand it.
I didn't
Yeah.
know you could write.
I've been working on it for
Get
about
out of town. I
for
didn't
over
know
a
you
year.
could do
The
Yeah.
first time I read
Creative.
it was like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's I think it's a completely different story now. Anyway, it's called Shay's Rebellion, and it's going to come out on the website for 24 hours. That's what I got.
That's
coming
it?
Up. Yep.
What are you going to do with it after that?
I'm going to try to sell it.
What?
Yep.
That's a good idea. I like
Yeah.
that idea,
to
guys.
Jeff Heimbuck for $20.
And
I'll buy that for $1.
I had a short story on the website called Punishment Fits the Crime. It's no longer there. I have another one on there called Here Comes a Regular. It's going to go off soon. So
Are you going
check
to sell
that
them
out.
all as a trilogy altogether?
No, one at a time.
You
Sell
should.
them all as a children's album
Yeah, I think I could do that.
on
Tyler
Bandcamp.
Evans
Hey,
sings
Tyler
the
Evans.
children
On
hits.
Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm. Dreams
Bandcamp
eventually
is still a
die.
I don't know.
Santa hates your face.
I thought it was all like SoundCloud now.
I lost the plot like 20 minutes ago.
I love you
Of
guys.
the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we sign off for the holiday episode that we're talking
Here's
about,
the thing:
on
is normally
Christmas
we have
Day,
more. Normally we meet up to
Yeah.
do this, and we say, "Here's the things that we would really like to talk about." And today we were like, "It's Christmas.
Let's just hang out and have
Let's
fun.
hang out,
So
guys.
we're just hanging out."
Let's talk about your Adam the Woo Christmas song because I want to put that at
Oh
the end
yeah,
of this
Heimbach
podcast.
wants to bring this up. Okay,
Yep.
let's talk about. That.
Let's talk about the Adam the Woo Christmas song.
You're
How
gonna
did that
play
come
this in
out?
a couple of
I'm
minutes.
gonna play it at the end of the podcast.
You're gonna play the song.
The song. How did the song come up?
Okay.
What was your motivation for the song? Was Adam aware? Did he approve?
Adam
did he give
is-
you his
First
license
of all,
advice?
when did this come out? When
Okay,
did this happen?
This is 2010, maybe.
So this is before
maybe
Live Fast Die Poor
2011.
and before Adam the Woo
this
was
is
Adam the Woo.
2011,
Yeah,
according to the
so
video.
when I met Adam the Woo,
Adam the Woo?
Adam the Woo?
who? Boo woo. He was,
He'll never hear this. It's
I mean,
okay.
he'd always screwed around with video stuff, and so had I, and whatever. And he was in a band, and I was in a band, and that's how we met in that context. And he wasn't internet sensation, Adam the Woo, yet or whatever, you know.
He wasn't like he is today.
So when he had his videos and had all of like 20 subscribers or something, he used to just put up like 1 or 2 minute videos. A lot of them I think have since been deleted because they were just kind of cluttering up the channel. And there used to be a limit on how many videos you could have on any given channel.
Oh, YouTube.
So there was some point at which he had to purge a bunch of videos that I'm sure he would have kept now if he had the option. But for Christmas, I think 2010, for Christmas, just after we had gone on to our 2 bands together, he filmed this Christmas video where it was just him walking along some lake shore, and across the lake were these houses with Christmas lights. Just really just normal, banal Florida.
Where was he? Do you know where
In
he
Florida,
was?
somewhere
He
in
was in
St. Cloud
Florida.
or something.
Okay.
walking
Right, he was
around.
still based in Florida.
And the
almost
the
exclusively.
funny part of it was that it was just a minute of him pointing the camera into the darkness at some Christmas lights and going, "Merry Christmas."
I've seen that video.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, right? That's it for like a minute. And which is a long time.
How far Adam has come.
And so I made this Christmas video of me just, I don't know, screwing around in my house and stabbing an old sandwich that we found in the fridge with a pocket knife and saying, "Old sandwich."
Old man sandwich.
Merry Christmas, Adam the Woo.
Stuff like that.
Whoa.
pretty-
that
pretty
was
impressive.
pretty
So
creepy.
he thought it was pretty funny, whatever. And then the next year, I thought, I gotta top myself.
Yeah.
This is when he had started kind of doing the videos at
Yeah.
first. He may have like 100 subscribers. Whoa, now.
Whoa, Adam.
And so he had started like becoming like, oh, I want to do these videos all the time. And I thought, I gotta up my game then and really impress him with I'm gonna do a song. So I did the Adam the Woo Christmas song, and I did a whole music video to it of just the most random stuff I could think of. I think it was before I played a show. With
Merry
my
Christmas,
band.
Adam the Woo.
Well, they're gonna hear the song in a second.
Try not to get murdered.
So
Adam
this
the Woo.
song is left over from the Adam the Woo. And then the next year I was gonna do another one. I had this whole take a poo on Christmas. I had a whole plan for a third one. It never happened, so I quit it. It was going to be an annual thing, but it wasn't. Because this one is just too epic. This is the most
We should
epic.
totally make an Adam the Woo Christmas song right now.
So wait, this is gonna be the first time Live Fast Die Poor's ever premiered a song on our podcast.
Well,
yeah,
it's a premiere.
we're only 4
what,
deep.
what YouTube channel? It's on the Justin Scarred YouTube
So
channel,
this is
right?
on youtube.com/Justin Scarred.
It's
Go
not on the Live Fast Die Poor.
I think it's the first video.
all the way back.
It might
to
be.
the very, I think it's the second video because
On
it's the
the
second
first
Merry
day of Christmas.
my true love gave to me. Well, I thought you were gonna sing with me.
Oh, I didn't know what you were saying.
Prospero
all the-
año y
First
felicidad.
day of Christmas.
Pause. Do you
life
know all the 12
live
things?
fast.
No, I don't even wanna try.
12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5
golden
Jackpot
rings.
4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtles, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, look
mine
at
was
you.
way better.
The
How
thing
was-
is, hold on a second.
how's
The
that
thing
college
is
degree
I
working
get,
out for you?
hold on. The thing is, I get 12 drummers are drumming. That's exciting.
No, it's not.
Wait, hold on a second. 11 pipers are piping.
12
Things
drummers
things
drumming
kicking
are
off
pretty
in
annoying.
Scotland.
Yeah.
10 lords are leaping. They're stoked. 9
Time
ladies
out.
dancing.
What kind of lords are they?
8 maids a milking. That's their job.
Lord of the Dance?
Right? Hold on.
Right.
7. All of a sudden, there's all these birds.
Yeah, there's like 40 birds.
Listen, 5
Guy,
golden rings.
This
That's
is
cool
like an
for
Alfred
anybody,
Hitchcock.
because gold
Wait,
is
you went
worth a
from
ton of
7 to
money.
5. What happened to 6?
Well, because 5. I'm just going back to 5 is the only other non-bird thing.
Okay.
5 golden rings.
5
Golden.
rings.
7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 4
Is it
calling
7
birds,
swans
3
a swimming?
French
I don't
hens,
think
2
so.
turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
That is a lot of birds.
Where did all the birds come into Christmas?
First of all, if your
where was this song
significant other
invented?
is
this
giving
a
you a lot
German
of
song,
birds, that's a problem.
Dutch song, an English song.
Who's
Where did this
feeding
song?
all
It's
these
Dutch.
birds?
It's a Dutch
Where's the
accent.
origin of this song, and why were there so many birds at Christmas?
Hang on, guys. Let me check this out on the Google.
Anyway, so
12 days
to
of Christmas.
that was a worst segue ever.
No,
to-
that was a pretty legitimate segue,
well,
I have to say.
it's just a legitimate point I needed to bring up at Christmas.
12
Right.
To jump completely
days.
backwards, here's the Adam the Woo song while Jeff Heimbuck Googles.
What? He's
Wait,
not putting it
no,
in.
I'm not putting it in right now.
You're gonna put it in right now.
I'm going to put it at the end of the podcast.
No, you're gonna
when
put it in
we're
right
done.
now.
No,
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 he's
no.
going to put it in at the end of the podcast.
At the end of the podcast.
Nope, here you go.
He's just Googling
The
for no
12 days
reason.
of Christmas is a festive Christian season
I don't
to
even care
celebrate
about
the
this anymore.
blah, 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 blah. I don't know where it actually came from, to be
5
honest with you.
golden toques.
What? That's not...
What's
That's
What
the
is it?
Canadian
What's
12
a
days of
toque?
Christmas.
It says Eastern references, and then it says Western references.
I'm sure people are so excited about this right now.
Guys, this is a totally visual podcast right now, and you are so bored with everything you're seeing.
That's why.
Anyway, we've been recording for 45 minutes. That's about the
This
length of
is
our
either the
podcast.
best podcast we've ever done or the worst.
Guys,
Roll the dice.
it's a Christmas podcast. It's
Hey,
totally
guys,
okay.
Merry Christmas.
That's why when I said we
Merry
were cutting
Christmas,
to the song, you should cut to the
Happy
song,
Hanukkah,
and then we should cut back from the song.
festive.
Wait, okay, should
Kwanzaa.
we do that? You want to play the song?
And then come back to
When I
it?
said we were going to the song, you should cut in the song.
Guys, this is a lot of
Then we should
editing
come
for me
back.
right now. I don't
It's
know
only
if I
one little
appreciate
chunk.
Hey, this is Jewel Jeff Heimbuck.
We're only cutting out the
Coming
one.
to you
Ladies and
live.
gentlemen, this is
We're only
DJ
cutting out-
Jazzy Jeff coming in with
We're only
the
cutting out this
Merry
bad part.
Christmas Adam
Hey,
the
The
Woo.
longer
This
we keep
is
the bad part.
Turquoise Tyler coming to you live from the E-Ticket Lounge. We got a new track from Justin Scard and the Justin Scards.
We'd only be cutting
This
out
is
this
called
part.
Merry Christmas from Adam the Woo. We're coming to you live right now from Los Angeles in 5, 4, 3, 2, and yeah!
We have to go back to the future and figure out how
Merry Christmas, Adam the Woo. We got another video for you. Do you like Back to the Future or Part 2? So many locations left to view. It's a very special time of year. A time for murder and for flying deer. If you want a present by your tree, well, come along and sing along with me. Merry Christmas, Adam the Woo. Try not to get murdered, stabbed, or gooed. Newspaper, old sandwich, and a poo. Merry Christmas, Adam the Woo. Merry Christmas, Adam the Woo. Wow!
That was pretty good, boys, but I still don't get it.
Alright, that was Turquoise Tyler Evans coming to you from Costa Mesa, California in the E-Ticket Lounge.
Don't tell people where I live.
Hey,
What's happening?
you brought it up. It's on Instagram. Listen, thank you for listening to that song with Adam the Woo. And, listen, just by listening to this podcast, you've gotten your duty. So now you can go home and sleep well. Please don't unsubscribe.